Hello and welcome to the Top 14 Round 19 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, a podcast, YouTube channel, Twitter account and website bringing you the best in predictions and for opinion. That's what I do, opinion, that's right. So anyway, they've all got DrivingMaul, so at DrivingMaul, DrivingMaul.com, all of that kind of stuff, dead easy to find. So let's crack on with the top 14 predictions, because let's be honest, the top 14 doesn't stop. It does keep going. So Lyon versus Toulon. Toulon actually have turned their season around a bit and they've won their last 3 games. Still, they're not great on the road, even if they did beat La Rochelle last weekend by 7 points. Their only other victory on the road was against Stade Francais back in September. So whilst Lyon have been looking a bit ropey, their home form has not been bad. They beat Clermont, Agen, Pau in their last 3 home games, so they have looked a better side. They did go through a dodgy patch during November and December, but it looks like they have turned the corner a bit, and so I'm going to back Lyon by 3. Castres are hosting Pau. Now Pau are on a great run at the moment. They've only lost 2 of their last 9 games, both of those on the road at Lyon and at La Rochelle. They have beaten Brive and Stade Francais on the road, but let's be honest, that's down in 11th and 13th place. And if you they've only won 4 on the road, and the other teams they've beaten have been Oyonnax and Agen. That's right, they've beaten the bottom 4 teams on the road. Kind of what you'd expect in a normal league, but this isn't a normal league. This is a top 14. So yeah, Pau against Castres, who are sat there in 4th. You've got to say, even though Castres have had a couple of dodgy losses recently to Racing and Agen, still I think they're going to win at home, and I'm going to back Castres by 5. Racing then host Brive. Racing, again, another team that's going well, sat second in the league. Sure, they did lose last weekend to Pau on the road, but hey, this is the French league, that's on the road. Their only home loss came against Lyon back in September. Brive, second from bottom in the league, they've lost their last 3 games. They haven't won away all season, so Racing by 10. Agen are hosting Montpellier, who are top of the league, 57 points, going well. Agen, bottom 3rd, sorry, 3 from bottom. And sure, they did win last time out, but that was away to Stade Francais, their first away victory of the season. I mean, they lost to Toulouse the weekend before that at home. They haven't been great. You've got to say Montpellier by 5, because even though Montpellier have won some away games, they only beat Clermont by a single point. They beat Bordeaux at home last weekend by a single point. Yeah, they're getting those narrow victories. Bordeaux host Toulouse, and you go, wow, Toulouse have won their last 3 games, but that was against Brive, Agen and Oyonnax, the bottom 3 teams. So let's not read too much into that. They did lose to Pau the week before that. So yes, they have picked up a couple of away wins, but as I say, they are beating the bottom teams. Bordeaux, sure, they have lost their last 3 against Montpellier, Castres and Toulon, but 2 of those have been away. They did win at home over Castres. It was a 6-7 win, so not exactly a convincing one. But they, it was 6-7 loss, so not even a big loss at home as well. But even so, yes, they have lost the last 3, but 2 of those have been by a point. I think Bordeaux should win that one by 5. Oyonnax host Stade Francais. Now, Oyonnax won their first game of the season, their second game of the season last weekend, away at Clermont. They will be buoyed. 2 victories, 3 draws now for them, and losing at 13. But hey, that victory over Clermont will definitely increase morale. They're at home. Stade Francais have only won once away from home all season, back in September. So I'm going to back Oyonnax to pick up another victory by 3. Back-to-back wins from them will be massive for their morale. They're still going down, but hey, let them enjoy it. Clermont are an absolute mess, aren't they? They've lost 6 games on the trot. They've only won 6 games all season, to be fair. And some big losses. They lost to Lyon by 26 points. They lost to Racing by 52 points. Sure, there have been a lot of close losses in between that as well. But as I say, they lost to Oyonnax at home. La Rochelle also perhaps not going great, having lost their last 2 trips the last two games. Sorry, at home to Toulon and away to Racing 92. But still, I'm still going to back them to put away a really struggling Clermont side. So I'm backing La Rochelle by 3. So those are my thoughts. Always up for a rugby chats. Do let me know your thoughts down below, or you can catch me at DrivingMaul on Twitter, and that's my favourite place. And enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend.